Good morning, everyone. Welcome to today's 60-minute Sparkle Flow. We're going to have a restorative class today. My name is Genevieve Marino, and this is the Glitter Goddess Collective Community Yoga Program. I have a couple of announcements before we begin. If you'd like to check in with us, we can't see you. So it's really important that you are listening to your body and you are doing any modifications that you need. We'll throw out modifications and suggestions for poses, but it's so important that you are listening to your body and modifying as you see fit. So you should not be feeling any pops or any like sharp pains or anything like that. So just be aware since we cannot see you. And if you'd like to check in with the chat, leave us a comment. Periodically, I'll be coming over to take a look and see if anybody's sending me any messages, and I'll read them and answer them if you have any questions. And because we are offering these classes to the community for free, please just like, subscribe our page, share with your friends, and we're doing these classes to help out the community. And if anybody feels so called to help out and send us something on Venmo at the Glitter Goddess Collective, we take 100% of those funds and we send them to our communities, and we help out primarily people who are queer, trans, people of color, and families affected significantly by COVID-19. And I'm coming in from New York, so if you'd like to help out the New York community, just leave us a little note, or if you'd like to help out the Providence community, by all means, please do so. All right, let's get started today. If you would like, you could use like a big couch blanket, like this, or like a pillow or something like that as a bolster. Really, anything you find supportive will work. And we'll start out in a comfortable seat. And you can sit on your blanket if you'd like to give your hip bones a little bit of height. And we're going to sit up tall. And we're going to breathe together. And just find your rhythm of inhale and exhale. If you'd like to take the opportunity right now to make sure you have some water with you, or your coffee or your tea. It's going to be a restorative class, so there'll be plenty of opportunities to take a break and hydrate yourself, nourish yourself. Our intention with these classes is not only to help out our community, but to breathe together, to take that time. And in doing these poses, there's something greater that we may be seeking freedom through movement. And although one day the body might feel stiff, or maybe range of motion feels inaccessible, by continuing to come back to the mat, continuing to return to the pose, maybe you'll feel a little bit more freedom, a little bit more liberation in the body. And I find that that often transforms the way that I feel on the inside as well. And as we continue to inhale and exhale, I'm going to add a little bit of structure to our breath by adding a count. And if you'd like, feel free to follow along with these prompts. We're going to do a square breath where we inhale for 4 counts, we hold for 4 counts, exhale for 4, and hold at the bottom for 4. So breathe in, let it out, and we'll begin. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4. And you'll do a few more rounds, counting to yourself at your pace. One last one. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, let it out. And we'll begin with some movement. Now, we're going to start in a comfortable seat. If you'd like to stay in the same seat you're in, that's fine. If you'd like to shift it up and kneel, here's another option. So whatever you feel is best for you this morning. And we're going to eagle wrap the arms. So first, you're going to bring your arms out wide, and you're going to cross at the middle and bring your right hand underneath your left arm. And you can stop here and place the hands on the shoulders and give yourself like a bear hug. This is a shoulder opener or like an upper back opener. Or you can eagle wrap the arms and find a double bind there. And you're taking the right hand and holding the left wrist. Either way, you get a nice stretch in the upper back and an opening in the shoulders wherever you stop. So experiment with both of those arm variations and choose what feels most restorative to you this morning. And what we'll do here is we'll breathe in and look up and reach the elbows up and press the forearms forward a little bit. And breathe out and curl the elbows into your belly. Look down and round the spine. And breathe in and come back up. Look up. Press the elbows and forearms away from you. And breathe out and curl the elbows in towards the spine. And you can continue this at your own pace, following the inhales and the exhales. And as we're doing this, today is Sparkle Flow. So I want you to imagine right where the front of your chest is, like as if you were wearing a necklace, that spot on your chest, right here. As you breathe in, I want you to imagine there's a beam of light shining out of your heart center, and it shines up, and then as you breathe out and you curl back in, your beam of light shines inward and down. Inhale, the beam of light shines up, and maybe it even starts to shine towards the wall behind you or whatever is behind you. Exhale, curl, and your beam of light comes inward. Inhale, shine it up, shine it back, maybe towards, if there's a wall behind you, where the ceiling and the wall meet. Exhale, it shines inward. Now come to neutral, somewhere in between, and take the arms out. Inhale and exhale. Bring the arms out to your side, and this time the left arm is going under, and you can stop here and do this, or you can bring the backs of the forearms together and then take the left hand and hold the right wrist. Inhale, elbows move forward and up, forearms move forward. Exhale, curl the spine, the elbows move towards the belly, the spine rounds. Look down. Inhale, elbows rise, forearms push up. You arch the spine. Exhale, curl inwards, elbows towards belly. And then again, we think of that beam of light in the center of the chest, shining up, and maybe even back a little bit, where the ceiling and the wall meet. And then as you exhale, it curls in and it shines inward. Inhale, shine the light of your center chest up and back. Exhale, curl inward. And this light can be any color you want. It can be a white light, it could be blue, it could be yellow, it could be orange, it could be sparkly. This is Sparkle Flow. So I want you to really imagine it, and you can choose whatever color you want. Inhaling and exhaling. Bring the arms out, come find neutral. And we're going to come to laying on our back. So you can remove the blanket. And just settle here for a moment. You're going to bend both knees and place your feet flat on the floor hips width distance apart. So you can even look up and check and make sure your toes are facing forward and your feet are not super wide or close touching. They're roughly in front of where your hip bones are. And then here, we're going to bend the right knee and bring it into the chest. And we're going to take the right ankle and place it over the left knee for a figure 4 shape. And it's called figure 4 because it kind of looks like a number 4. And then here, you're going to imagine the inner right thigh rolling towards the left foot to sort of even out your hips and level them out. So you're feeling like the inner right thigh is rolling towards the left foot. If you'd like to deepen this hip stretch, you can lift your left foot off of the ground and bring the left knee a little bit closer to your chest. And while you're here hovering, you still think inner right thigh rolling towards the left foot. And I might not even see you doing anything, but just that idea should change how the hip stretch feels to you. Maybe it deepens a little bit without even going anywhere or any big movement. If you want to deepen the stretch, again, you can bring the left knee a little bit closer to you. So you're in control here. You can choose how deep you want the stretch. If you need to ease up a little bit, you take it away from you. If you want to intensify it, you bring it towards you. You're always in control. And you make sure you're breathing, because that's generally the hardest part. And bring the left foot back to the mat if you had it lifted. You're going to bring the right knee into the chest and bring the right heel back down to the ground. And here, we're going to lift the right foot and straighten the right knee so that your right foot is pretending to stamp on the ceiling. And just feel the challenge of this, because this is very, very hard. If you'd like a little bit of a hamstring stretch, put a slight bend in your right knee. Bring the right leg closer to your belly. You can hold anywhere you want. You can hold shin, toe, thigh, and then slowly yawn the back of the right knee straight and open. And if you want to intensify this, you can straighten the left leg. And you stretch both legs away from you. And even here, you can think about that light shining out of the front of your chest where your heart is, shining up towards the ceiling, and then drawing the line back towards the wall behind you. I keep saying wall. I don't know where you are. Maybe you're outside. I don't know. And release the right foot back down. You can bring it into your chest for a nice hug. You can take a half happy baby. And again, bend that left knee if you want. If you want to intensify this hip opener, straighten the left leg. Again, your choice for how deep and intense you want these poses. And bring the right toes to the ground. Stretch the right leg. You can wiggle the legs a bit. And bend both knees. Bring both feet to the mat. And again, they're going to be hips width distance apart. You're going to bring the left knee into the chest and come in to a figure 4 shape by placing the left feet on the right knee, left foot, I should say, left ankle. And then here, you feel the left inner thigh rolling towards the right heel, and that actually levels out your hips, because sometimes our hips can be a little bit off kilter. And so if you feel that left inner thigh rolling to the right foot, it levels them out. Again, if you want to intensify the stretch, you can lift your right toes off the ground and bring your right knee towards your chest. You can hold the back of the right thigh with your hands if you'd like. If you have your foot lifted, again, feel the left inner thigh rolling to the right foot. You imagine that beam of light in your center heart chest moving out to the ceiling above you and drawing a line up, 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 and back. If you had your right foot lifted, bring it back to the mat. Take your left knee in and bring it back down to the mat as well. Then here, you're going to straighten the left leg up towards the ceiling and feel as if your left foot is stomping on the ceiling, and feel the challenge that brings. Now, if you'd like a hamstring stretch, you're going to put a slight bend in your left knee and bring it in close to your chest. And then slowly straighten the left knee, yawning open the back of the leg. If you'd like to intensify it, by all means, straighten the right leg. And again, you can hold the back of the left thigh, the left shin, the toes. And we'll stay here. And the knee can stay slightly bent or very bent, but the action is that you are straightening. It does not need to be straight. And in fact, you can get a deeper hamstring stretch with a bent knee that is moving towards straightening than a totally locked out straight knee. So by looking at someone, you may not know, just by looking at their pose, what they're experiencing. It's going to look different in all of our bodies. But it's the sensation that you are seeking. And then place the left foot back on the ground. You can keep right leg straight or bend it, but we're going to squeeze the left thigh and knee in towards the chest, and then perhaps come into a happy baby, a half happy baby. Right knee can remain straight or bent. And then here, we're going to bend both knees so that feet come flat on the ground. And we're going to play a little bit with eagle wrapping our arms and our legs. So to put an eagle wrap in your legs, or eagle bind, you're going to take the right leg and cross it over your left thigh, kind of like you were sitting cross-legged. And then that's one wrap. If you want to do a second wrap, and if this is accessible to you, you can then take the right shin and foot and hook it underneath the left shin. So one wrap is perfectly fine. 2 wraps is perfectly fine. And then we did this earlier in class with our arms. So you're going to take your right arm, put it underneath your left arm. You could stay with 1 wrap and do bear hug, or if you want to do the double wrap, the right hand is going to hold the left wrist. And then here, you can place the feet back on the ground and see if you can take your left fingertips and reach them if you're in that eagle wrap. If you're in bear hug, that is excellent. And see if you can reach, if you're in eagle, see if you can reach your fingertips to the floor. And then, optional, because I know that you're taking a restorative class right now, but if you're feeling like it, you're going to pull your low belly in towards the spine. I'm not going to see anything. It's just a little action that you're going to take to really engage the core muscles. You can stay here, or if you're crazy, what you can do is lift the legs and touch knee to elbows and bring them back down to the floor for 5, 4, stretch them back, 3, 2, 1, and come down and unwrap the arms, bring them to your sides, unwrap the legs, and take a breath. Okay. You're going to take the left leg and cross it over the right. You can stay here with 1 wrap. You can hook the left toes around the right ankle for 2 wraps. It's like a choose your own adventure. You can stop at any point along the way, and you're still doing really good work. It's all about the process. Okay. You're going to cross at the arms, take the left arm underneath right arm, then bring the forearms to touch, and take the left fingertips and hold the right wrist. Again, bear hug would be like 1 wrap, or you could be here. And you're going to take the fingertips, if you're doing the eagle bind, and touch the floor. And you can stay here, or if you're feeling it and you want to do a little bit of core work, you're going to feel engagement in the belly by pulling the low belly in towards your spine. And I won't really see anything, but hopefully it's going to engage the correct muscles. And then you're going to lift the feet and lift the hands and bring knees to elbow for 1. Stretch back out, touch the floor. 2. Stretch back out, touch the floor. 3, tap the ground. 4, make sure you're breathing. 5, and come down. Unwrap the legs, unwrap the arms. Whew. Take a breath in and a breath out, and then slowly roll up to seated. You can keep the knees bent, and I want us to place our fingertips behind us, shoulder width apart, and just puff up the chest a little bit and really lengthen out the front of the body after doing that core work. Open up the shoulders. You can sway from side to side. Fingertips are facing your butt. So they're this way. All right, nice job. How's everybody doing? Good. We're going to come to standing at the top of our mat. And we'll do 3 sun A's, matching one breath to one movement to really flow with the breath. I'll call out the poses in case anybody is worried about knowing what to do, but if you know the pattern and you want to go at your own pace, I highly encourage you to do so. Standing at the front of our mat, inhale, reach the arms out and up. Look up, touch the palms. Exhale, swan dive over your legs and fold forward. Inhale, lengthen the spine, look forward. And exhale, step it back. You can always put your knees down for knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Curl forward for cobra or up dog. And come back to down dog. You can move through tabletop, or you can go straight there. And we're here for 5 breaths. And here, you can put a slight bend in your knees. Heels can be lifted. Hip bones are reaching up and back so that the side of the waist lengthens. Push down with your fingertips. Arm bones straighten and reach towards the front of your mat. Inhale, look forward and get to the top of your mat. You can walk or hop. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach the arms up, rise. Exhale, hands to heart center. That's 1. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen the chest. Look forward. Exhale, bring the feet back. You could put knees down on the mat for knees, chest, chin, chaturanga. Curl forward for up dog or cobra. And move back to down dog. Take any modifications you need. And if you need to take an extra breath in between our poses, by all means do so. I do that all the time because it takes so much practice to get one breath, one movement. And your knees are bent and your heels could be lifted, but they are reaching towards the floor. Maybe someday they'll get there, maybe they won't, that's okay. Inhale, look forward, and get your feet at the top of the mat. Inhale, look forward, exhale, fold. Inhale, reach the arms up, look up. Exhale, hands to heart center. We'll do one more. Inhale, reach the arms up, look up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen the spine, look forward. Exhale, step it back. Knees, chest, shin. You put the knees down on the mat. You lower down. Cobra. You peel the heart up and forward and come back to downward facing dog. We're 5 breaths here. Hands are shoulder width apart. Feet are hips width distance apart. Fingertips pressing down. And you see, can you find some stability in this challenge? It's not easy, but can it feel stable? And you see, can you restore a little bit of the calm breath that you had in the beginning of class? The answer might be no, but you see how much of it you can restore. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, bring the feet between the hands. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach the arms up. Look up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Beautiful job. Hi, Dad. I told you I'd be checking the comments. Hope you're doing yoga. And since we've stopped our flow here, take a moment to breathe. Come down, take a sip of water. Okay. And if you're ready, I want you to grab your blanket, and we're going to move into pigeon. So pick a nice, if you have one, like a nice big blanket or your pillows, something that will give you some height underneath your hips so that you can feel support and you're not like hovering and wobbly. So really roll it up tall. And actually, if you have blocks, great, but a pillow I think actually would be better. That's how much height I'm going to use. So you're going to start in downward facing dog. And you're going to look forward and bring the right knee towards the right elbow, then rotate right ankle and see if you can get it a little bit towards your left hand, and then place the knee down. If you want to scoot your left leg back, do so. Your shin is diagonal. It does not need to be level with the front of the mat. And in fact, yeah, it doesn't need to be. That's so extreme. And then you can adjust your support, your blanket, your pillow under your hips. Add more if you need it. So that you can come up high. And see if you have something to prop yourself up in front of you too, that would be really nice. See if you can settle in here by feeling the support of the pillows or the blankets underneath the hips, moving right hip back, left hip forward, and then return to this idea of the beam of light shining from your center chest. And see if you can move it from down here, forward, and up the wall in front of you, and maybe it reaches towards where the wall and the ceiling meet, and maybe you can trace it along the ceiling and place your hands beside you. Who knows? Doesn't matter how far up it gets. And then come down. And then we're going to fold forward. If you'd like to take your pillows and place them underneath your chest for support, that's so nice. It usually feels great. Make sure you're inhaling and exhaling. Inhale, come onto your fingertips and rise up. Tuck the back toes and return back to downward facing dog in any way you like. We're going to come onto pigeon on the other side. I start with my blanket. You can fluff up your blanket a little bit. I give it like a really good roll. It's actually better if you have your couch pillows or, I don't know, regular pillow. And then I like to come into it from down dog. I bring the left knee forward towards my left elbow. Then I turn the shin so that my left ankle is coming towards my right wrist. I place the knee down, knees a little bit outside of left wrist. I scoot this leg back just a little bit, and then I adjust my blanket as needed. I add pillows or block or something if you want more height. And this side is totally different, or it might be, I don't know. It could be the same, but. And use anything to prop yourself up. If you want to be at like your couch, I think it would actually be better if I had more height here. Play around with it, experiment, see what you need. Each day is different. And so again, you imagine the light shining forth from your heart center. It starts down here. It draws a line on the floor. Then it draws a line up the wall in front of you, or your space in front of you. And then maybe it even starts to shine a line up across the ceiling or the sky so that your heart is reaching up, up, up. Left hip back, right hip forward. Heart reaching up. And again, it does not matter what the pose looks like. Every day is different in our bodies. What matters is the feeling that you're working towards. Hi, Wendy. And we'll fold forward. If you have another pillow or something, you can place it underneath your chest and drape yourself over and fold forward. Inhale, come onto the fingertips and slowly walk them in if you had your arms extended. Keep the left knee bent and just roll onto the outer left hip and leg and come off. Remove the props. How's everybody doing? All right. Take a moment to sip your water or your tea. Oh, good. We got time. Okay. We're going to take our legs wide, but not super wide, like you're doing a split or anything. But you're just going to make like a right angle with your legs. And you can straighten the knees if you want. And we'll fold forward. But actually, come back up. Don't fold forward yet. Imagine that beam of light that's coming out of the center of your chest. So if we're sitting upright, see if you can aim to have it going straight up. And if you need to look back, you can. And then see if you can keep it drawing down the ceiling and keep it to where the wall and the ceiling meet. So it's really up high. And you may not fold as deep, but see if that brings you an interesting or new perspective in this shape. And then if you want, go ahead and fold forward. Inhale, come up. And then you're going to bend the right knee so that the right foot, the sole of the foot, comes to touch the left thigh, the inner left thigh. And don't change anything about your left leg. You should have this nice L shape, 90 degrees. Once you're there, you're going to bend the left knee a lot. And you're going to see if you can connect your left shoulder to inside of left knee. And begin to twist. Right hand can just stay on your right hip. And then you're going to take your left hand and cup your left knee. And you're going to open and twist. If you want, right arm can extend and reach towards the ceiling. And then here, I want you to imagine the beam of light shining out of the center of your chest and see, can it shine up and towards the left side of the room, the left side of your space. Maybe the head can look up towards the right hand. Maybe you stretch the right hand forward above your ear, your right ear, and right chest is shining in the direction of your left foot. Come on up. Re-extend the right leg. Bring the left foot. Bend the right knee and bring the left foot to touch the inner right thigh. Sole of the foot is connected to inner right thigh. And then you're going to bend. Leave it there. Bend your right knee. Connect right shoulder to inner right knee. You're going to take your right hand, cup your left knee, and your left hand can stay on the left hip for now. And you twist open. And I always go to round my spine here, but that's not what you want. You want a nice lengthened spine. Option 2, lift the left hands and reach them towards the ceiling. And so you imagine the light shining out in front of your chest is moving up and over the right leg to lengthen out the spine. Option 2, reach the left arm above the left ear. Right knee is pushing into right shoulder to deepen the twist. You can look up or look out, whatever feels best to you. And come on up. We'll do one final pose before we come into Shavasana. And so you're going to bring your blankets and pillows, everything, to the center of your mat. And then we're going to come to lying on our back with our sacrum or our pelvis area on top of this blanket, if that feels nice, and our knees bent. And you can have more height, like if you really want to bring the pelvis up and add some more pillows or blocks or whatever, if you got them, you're going to do that. And you're going to keep your knees bent, feet on the ground. And we'll settle in here. Arms can be down by your side. If you want to reach them overhead, you may do so. And then feel free to take Shavasana in this pose. Feel free to stay here, or if you'd like to come down and take a more traditional shape, remove your props and bring your hips to the ground. And we'll come out of this slowly because it's a big adjustment. So settle here for a moment. And then extend one leg and extend the other. Bring feet a little bit wider than hips width distance. Reach the shoulders up towards your ears. And then snuggle them under a little bit to get the most length out of your spine while you're resting here. Hands down by your sides, turn the palms up. Of course, you can follow all of those cues, or you can take the final resting pose of your choice and find comfort. These are just all suggestions. Shavasana. Start to bring some awareness back into your breath, inhaling and exhaling. And notice, does the breath feel different now at the end of class, at the end of our movement, than it did at the beginning? Start to wiggle the fingers and wiggle the toes. Feel free to stay in your final resting pose as long as you'd like. Or if you're ready, roll onto one side. Bring the knees in towards the chest. Place the hands down on the ground and slowly rise up to a comfortable seat. I love hearing the sounds in the background actually while I'm practicing. I don't know if you can hear all the sounds in my space right now. And I know the other Matt and Trent, the other goddesses who do yoga, they often practice in an environment that can be noisy. And it's a nice reminder to center yourself, stay focused, because you'll never have that perfect quiet space. And it just always makes me smile, especially in the city when you're always listening to cars going by and trains and buses and people. But I like the buzz. I left a comment. If you enjoyed this flow, please do like our Glitter Goddess Collective page, subscribe to our YouTube channel. We've got all of our videos up there, so you don't necessarily need to practice live with us. You can go back and access them at any time. We've got an Instagram page, so definitely check us out and share us. We are so happy you practiced with us today. Again, I'm Genevieve Marino from the Glitter Goddess Collective, and thanks for joining us. I hope the mothers out there have a happy Mother's Day, and thank you for all that you do for us kids and everybody else. Have a wonderful day. Bye.